Welcome, lovely peacefuls and kind souls. If you are an entrepreneur who is currently scatterbrained, then you're in the right place, because we are talking about 5 reasons that you are scatterbrained and how to never feel scatterbrained as an entrepreneur again. As an entrepreneur, I know how that feels to be scatterbrained and all over the place, and you just want to implement your goals. However, there's 5 things that are keeping you back, and we are going to bust right through those today. If you have no clue who I am and you're just joining me for the first time, I'm Avishai L., international best-selling author of the Power of Why book, international speaker, holistic health coach, and founder of the 12-week Eat Stress Away program, where I teach entrepreneurial and professional women how to get rid of their stress in 90 days through nutrition and lifestyle changes through my 6-step Eat Stress Away method. So today we are talking about why you're scatterbrained and overwhelmed and anxious. So as an entrepreneur, a lot of times in my personal experience, I realized that the reasons why I'm scatterbrained is because I don't have clear set goals. So this is the number one reason why you may be feeling scatterbrained, is because you don't have clear set goals. So on a daily basis, what I like to do, on a daily basis, or I would say the night before the actual day comes, I will make a list of goals that I want to accomplish that day. Okay, so this is the first thing. You got to set the clear set goals. So you want to just get out any journal or a piece of paper. A lot of times, I know us as entrepreneurs, and I have a Virgo rising, so I completely get it. We have a tendency to want it in a notebook and want it, filed, and put it on a sticky note. Grab the quickest piece of paper that you have. It could even be in a book that you have handy, and just write down the goals you want to reach the next day, okay? So that's your first thing that you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is write down what goals you want to achieve for that month, okay? So this is gonna propel you forward, and it's going to give you the tools let's just say we're in October now, okay? So let's say you start implementing. This will probably be posted in November. I'm recording this early. But let's say, okay, so we're in November. Let's say you watch this video in November and you're doing this now. For November, you can start even setting goals for December, because you have the tools now to do that. So the first thing you're going to do, write down your goals that you want to achieve for the next day. And then write down your overarching goal that you want to achieve for the month. Remember, small steps allow for big accomplishments. So this is what you want to do. You want to devote your time to actually setting those clear goals, because when it's out of your head and it's on paper, you're less likely to feel scatterbrained, okay? So the next reason number 2, why you feel scatterbrained, is that you're focused on too many things at once. And this is why number 1 is super, super important. So you want to make sure you're focused on one thing at a time, okay? So let's say you want to, like in my case, I do many things, but I try to keep my focus. So let's say I want to focus more on my holistic health coaching and really nurturing my clients. But I also want to do a clothing line, and I want to do notebooks. I have to focus on one thing that I know to implement. However, I'm going to write down those other things. So remember, focus on one thing each day. 1 to 3 things each day that you can actually implement, so you don't feel all over the place, okay? A lot of times, the reason why people feel all over the place is because you have so many things in your brain all at once, and you don't know what's saying what, who's saying what, nothing. So you want to have it written down. So that's number 2, is to focus on 1 to 3 things. Make a things to-do list and make it really small. It could be 1 thing, check it off. It could be 3 things, check those 3 things off, and that will help you as well. So number 3 is overall feeling disorganized, okay? And I guess 1 and 2 go with 3, but 3 is more of a organization piece in that it's important to kind of have a schedule when you do these things. Now, I'm not saying at 10:30 you have to write a paper and at 11 o'clock you have to write a blog, but it's just saying during the day, here's what I'm going to do. So make sure that if you want to write a blog, or if you want to post to social media, or if you want to, work with your clients, or if you have a client, that you schedule your time accordingly. So it's not to have specific times, unless you're working with a client. Obviously, that's a specific time. But if you want to write blogs and do certain things like that, again, go based off that things to do list, but put it in a planner. Put it in your phone if you don't like paper. I love pen to paper. It's just, it does it for me. You could put it in your phone as well and just say, during this time, I'm going to block this time off. Doesn't have to be specific, but just say, after 3 o'clock, I'm not working. Okay? So after 3 o'clock, I'm not going to work. However, I do want to get this done by a certain time frame. So having that organization, saying this is what I'm setting out to do and this is what I'm going to do. So that's the third thing. So getting that organization down. Okay? And the fourth thing is that you have no clue what to implement. Okay? So a lot of times when we're entrepreneurs and we're trying to achieve goals, sometimes we have too many goals and we end up getting overwhelmed, and then what ends up happening is you have no clue what to implement because you almost kind of feel rushed a little bit. Comment below if you could relate to what I just said. Comment below if you feel like you're in a hurry or you're in a rush to complete things. And this is where patience comes in, and taking a deep breath. Let's just all take a deep breath right now. Feel better, lovely peacefuls? So anyway, so that's what I want you to do, is to know exactly what you need to implement. This is going to help you tremendously. Prioritize your time, prioritize your priorities, and realize what you want to implement. I know a lot of times, like I said, I'm pretty multi-talented, so I have a lot of talents. I can do graphic design, I can paint, I can play violin, I can sing, I'm a health coach, I can do skin. There's so many things, and I went through that period when I was trying to pinpoint exactly what I wanted to do as an entrepreneur, and it just made me, I felt all over the place and anxious and stressed, and I was like, I don't know what my purpose is, till I realized exactly what I wanted to do. So what I want you to do, if you feel this way, is to write down what can you do every single day, what brings you the most joy, what does not make you feel stressed and overwhelmed and anxious. Make that list, and then I want you to go and implement the thing that lights you up the most. That's it. Don't think, because I know that too. I've gotten that feeling where I'm like, I didn't complete that. I started that composition, I didn't finish it. Or I started that book, I didn't finish it. It's like, it will come back around. That's when the spirit flow comes in versus the ego flow. Ego is like, no, we have to do this. And spirit is like, it's not the right time for that. We have to do this right now. So follow your spirit and everything. Don't listen to other people. Listen to you. Listen to your fucking self, okay? Okay, so number 5 is no clear set boundaries. So a lot of times you feel scatterbrained because you may not have clear set boundaries to complete everything. Maybe someone calls you and they're like, hey, I need your help. And you're like, okay, no, this is your time to be with yourself and say to them, I need to complete this project. Maybe you're a parent and you have children who want you to play at a certain time. Maybe you have a husband